Alright, so another thing they like to do that I didn't fucking document, or I have documented it, but I never said anything before. I got plenty of them doing it on videos and shit. When they do my gas tank, I see a bunch of them with fucking, that they like to, taunt you and shit. Riding bikes with gas tanks, walking down the street with not gas tanks, but gas cans and shit. I just fucking put $10 in this motherfucker. The level. Let's see. Pay attention to this shit. See how bright these fucking lights are? Look at that shit. Look at doing that shit on purpose though. Look at this shit. That's a person who doesn't care about his comrades. Continue harassing people, you fucking idiot. Getting people killed within your own fucking job site. On top of other American citizens and any citizen, period, man. So what was the deal with the tow truck? Yeah, I'm waiting on them right now. Actually, they said they're en route. They do this. They don't do it like I don't know whether if they're putting something in my tank, because I don't really put a lot of gas. Well, I do like if I'm gonna travel, I do, but I don't like if I'm, I kind of budget shit to where like, okay, I want to have a set. Like I want to make sure like when I'm recycling, I'm making money. So, I'll cut off to it. So I put like $10 or, might put $15 in for the day, and try not to go anywhere and shit, and just use that for the recycling. And so what they do is I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Sometimes they fucking shoot frequencies, and it while they're shooting the frequencies, like my van still drives, but it slows down. Like it's hard to explain. It's like I don't know if you ever rode bumper cars and shit. How they got those fucking, they can cut your speeds down through the bumper cars. Like I don't know. I know how they do it. Like they got wires and all that shit to do it. But as far as these people shooting frequencies and shit, I don't quite know how that works. But I know like whatever they're fucking doing is definitely fucking with my vehicle, like the internal, But they do the outside and inside. But I'm just saying, like when they shoot the frequencies and shit, and now my dash flickers on and off, and I constantly get the seatbelt ringer, and it's happened with all my vehicles. I think that should be the shit they do. It blows fuses. The frequencies blows fuses. It fucks with your dash, all that shit. But I don't know. I don't know what they're doing as far as like with my gas. Like I literally just got fucking gas before I got to my mom's. My mom lives about a block away from the gas station. I'm about 3 minutes from my mom's house. and they always fucking, you know, and this is before I know, but they always give me the thought like maybe they fucking did something to my gas, because they'll have fucking people all day walking with fucking gas cans and shit. Like, I'll be seeing people throughout my drive, and they'll be like in the most weirdest fucking, like, in the middle of nowhere walking with a gas can and shit. No gas station for miles around, but they're walking with a gas can in their hand. So, you know, they subliminally let me know what they're fucking doing. Of course, that's the type of shit that is very, very hard to prove. Unless you, like, actually catch them in the act. And I don't know what the fuck it is that they're doing, but I had asked somebody if they, you know, if they sift gas. But, you know, the person, it was an auto mechanic, so it was probably bullshit. But when I asked him, he said, no, there's screens. You know, there's screens in the gas tank to where, you know, if the person can't fucking sift gas and get into your gas tank like that. I don't know if they were just telling me bullshit or what, but I know that fucking gas didn't just magically fucking. You see the fucking hazards, you dumbass? The fuck you gonna break me for, you idiot? But yeah, I don't know if he was just telling me some bullshit or what. They install those headlights onto public transit vehicles just like they do with first responders and other public service. Oh yeah, because it's easy to get around it, bro. Very easy to get around it. Most people, you know, you tell people that the bus people are after you. You know, that's why. You know, that's another reason, because somebody asked me today, told me today, or asked me about me knowing that it's military involved. Like, I definitely know it's military involved and all that shit. But and all these other, like the buses, the ambulances, a lot of these corporation vehicles, even the little Roto-Rooter fucking cars that you see and all that fucking shit. But to actually try and get that knowledge out to people with them fucking understanding it and not thinking you're crazy, like, you know, you gotta, well, for me, because the way I fucking, you know, I literally had to fucking slow myself down and practice how to fucking get this out to people, because, you know, this shit is fucking Chinese checkers, bro. And, you know, this is a serious, like, even the accusations, even if it was an accusation and they, you know, say that, you know, even the accusation is like a serious fucking accusation, like, you know, so people are gonna fucking look at you and as indoctrinated with fucking TV and movies that they've been brainwashed into thinking that if the FBI is fucking searching for you, you're some fucking, you know, you're some international fucking spy, like, you know, they would never think that you fucking, they do this shit, like, and it's even hard for me, even knowing, excuse me, that's legitimate, even knowing how dirty our fucking government is, dirty as fuck, from 9/11 to the Tuskegee to all that fucking other bullshit that they've done. You know, you're just not gonna get too many people to fucking go along with that shit. They, you know, no matter how many times they fucking rub into your face about what they're doing, even with the Tuskegee shit, what did they do? They got on top of the fucking, or was it Bill Clinton? What the fuck was the compensation and an apology? You mean to tell me you're the president of the United States of America And all you have for giving me syphilis and making all my fucking, everybody fucking die, you give me a fucking apology and tell me it shouldn't have happened. You give me a fucking apology and you tell me it shouldn't have happened. Like, where are the people who are the people that conducted this Tuskegee crime? Like, why aren't they locked up? Why aren't you guys talking about pursuing these people? Why haven't you guys talked about, okay, the apology is cool, but why aren't you telling me that you locking these people up? Like, these people still, like, what type of fucking, other than your secrecy bullshit, your Freemasonic bullshit, what type of fucking authority do you have to just, what type of pass, what type of juice pass do you have that you can just fucking drop a disease on a whole fucking city and just apologize afterwards? And seeing shit like that, man, and, maybe not the same incident, but many incidents repetitive from our government, for people to not believe that this shit is going on, it's just a shocker to me, man. Fuck, man. And if this program isn't enough, let's talk about the people with the serious conditions of Morgellons and shit. Whether it's because they're living around the wrong frequencies, whether it's because whatever neighbor was given a military weapon to point at these people and make that shit go crazy within their body and start busting out their fucking skin. You can try and say that this program isn't real, but let's get on the fact that people are coming to the hospital with big ass pus ridden sores, fucking fibers coming out of them, and you can plainly see it. It look like they damn near, I've seen some cases where, I don't know if you guys know what heron cysts look like when people fucking shoot and get cysts from shooting heroin with dirty needles and not cleaning out, and it gets infected. Like they're little, or like a brown recluse spider bite. Like, people are fucking walking into fucking hospitals, fucking sores, open sores leaking with fibers coming out of them, trying to get help from the doctors, and the doctors are turning them away, calling them delusional. Now, I don't care how many fucking people in this world try to say any of us are crazy. For anyone to witness that and let the doctors get away with calling a person delusional when you can plainly see that something's going on, shit, man. If the general public is letting doctors get away with that type of shit, what do you think they're gonna let these people get away with on us? Like, we're shit, man. So yeah, like, I don't know why I veered off, but saying all that to say, like, I try and keep it, like, when I put out this fucking program and I try and expose it, I try and keep it as simple and minimum to where people can see, and like try not to go all around with it and put all these, even though they are involved, I don't want to put too much on the plate of some of these people, because in a respectful way, they're like innocent dummies and shit. Not so much innocent, but like they're really fucking programmed to a fact that they're literally fucking believing while it's fucking happening in their face. Whether it's the fucking chemtrails, whether it's the fucking cell towers, whether it's the smart boxes, whether it's the poisoning of the food, whether it's the targeting of us, whether it's the killing your own people for a fucking agenda, Like, no matter how much the fucking government does, people are innocently stupid. And this is big shit. Like, this isn't like shit that can go undetected. So, you know, when you explain to these people, you have to kind of fucking kindergarten shit. Or just not kindergarten, but, you know, slow it down and not put so many different entities on the plate. Eventually, shit'll fall into place. Like, once I start trying to learn, like, literally fucking trying to learn about this shit. Like, I've studied enough to, like, just be able to fucking navigate through this fucking program and, you know, try and build all types of fucking survival, you know, try and survive through this shit. So, you know, I never was trying to be no real fucking what do you call it, researcher or no shit like that. But, you know, it comes to the point to where, like, now you gotta literally I gotta fucking learn this shit. Like, I should know a lot more about this program than I know going through this shit for 11 years. It's like I've been bullshitting. And I know that's not the case, because, like, it's only so many hours in a day. And I do gotta fucking, you know, I gotta survive and, you know, so studying and shit like that. I was never really a fucking school type of guy anyway, so, but this is necessary, man. It's necessary in what we learn, and it's necessary in how we feed it to the people and try and get the people to understand. Because no matter how real it is, if they don't understand it, we'll always be fucking crazy in their eyes. Like, you literally have to visually break it down and show these people. Actually try and lift them out of their shoes and throw them in your shoes. Oh, man. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up when the government, when the police, when the neighborhood watch, and all these corporations can conduct such a program on somebody that's trying to, like, walk the straight and narrow. Literally, like. Meanwhile, there's real fucking criminals out there. It's almost like they're scared to go up against the real criminals, so they'll fucking create criminals out of people that they know aren't, like, causing any harm to the fucking world. It's, like, really sick the way these people think. Really devilish, really wicked, really evil. And I want everybody to know, because you will be hearing me, I'll be fucking, you know, when I'm protesting right now, I'm focused on, like, white supremacy and Chinese terrorism, because in my targeting, those are the main string pullers. Like, other than the police and all that, like, they're the ones, like, I see fucking pulling over, talking to the perps, and fucking, you know, saying all their fucking bullshit, doing all their bullshit, riding with their fucking smirks on their face as they follow you with one headlight and shit. See you fucking, like, anxiety almost fucking getting out and asking them why they're following you, and they just fucking smile at you and fucking like they can't be fucking touched and shit. You know, it's almost, it almost makes me feel like that we are so much in trouble with fucking China and debt that America's fucking sold us out to fucking China and letting them fucking just do whatever the fuck they want to do to us and shit. I know that's not the case, because I know America is pretty wicked as well. And I know it's not just happening in America, it's happening all over the place, but, you know, I can't help but to fucking feel like sometimes the way the fucking, and just the way you see shit on fucking play out, man, just on the media, how fucking, you know, I I realize fucking it's crazy too, man, because I'm sitting here and I'm realizing how many fucking Chinese people actually play a part in this domestic terrorism shit. And then I just think about all the shit, like, them having this fucking government name fucking a pandemic after them. It's like they were cold. They're how do you say? They're in cahoots and shit. Like, okay, we'll say the shit came from you. You say the shit came from us. So, like, there's really no one to fucking blame because everybody's they're straddling the fence. Everybody, of course, America isn't going to say it's from them, and of course, China isn't going to say it's from them. So, it's like we're straddling the fence, and then all this fucking bullshit with the fucking, and I know it's not just black people in the program, but, the fucking, you see the hazards, you dumb fuck? Don't you see the hazards on? The hazards mean I can't move. I'm waiting on the tow truck, sir. Did you take driving class? Driving lessons? You don't have to harass me, man. Fucking idiot. Hey, chill. So, oh man, I lost my fucking train of thought. Oh yeah. So yeah, it just seems that way because with the whole the Floyd, how it was the Chinese cop, the fucking white cop, the fucking black dude, and I know more people are involved in just more people are being targeted, but it's just that they've gotten laws to fucking protect them, so like you don't say anything to, like you can't say anything to them, like a regular person, based on what they've seen, like, that's just another reason not to fucking expose this program, because you might be scared that you'll get locked up because you're saying something about Chinese people and they've made it against the law that you can't say anything negative about Chinese people. And so, like, I don't know if you can see what I'm thinking, if you can see how I'm thinking, if it makes sense to you guys and shit. Like, it's just like all this fucking bullshit with China and fucking America, and it's like smoke and mirrors and shit. But they're fucking out here just fucking, they're out here just fucking righteously fucking harassing Americans to the point of death. To the point of death. And it's like, and I can understand why a lot of countries, different countries, why there's a lot of foreigners that participate in this program, because America is fucking went to their fucking countries and fucked their countries up so much to where they don't even give a fuck about American citizens. Like, they literally, like, this is to fucking harass an American citizen to the point of death and suicide. That's nothing to them. Like, especially when you're coming from these third world countries where, or I'm not gonna say third world country, but you're coming from countries where they make you execute, certain children. I don't want to get all into that and shit, but like, when you're coming from those types of places, and then on top of that, you've had fucking America come fucking, you got America always trying to bully you and tell you how to, run your fucking country and shit, like, and always fucking stepping in, like, when they're not wanted or needed and shit, like, but they're fucking, doing all their fucking natural disasters and popping up with their fucking bullshit in your country and shit. Like, people aren't fucking stupid. Like, people fucking remember that shit, man. People, like, literally, like, just like, I'm gonna say blacks, because that's what I can realize, and Indians or whoever, or anybody who's been done wrong, like, even generations down the line. Like, I've never, I've never been through slavery. I don't know what it's like to be whipped. I don't know what it's like to be hung. I don't know what it's like to see somebody hung. But I still fucking have the knowledge to the point to where I can remember, like, I might not have been there, but you know, from the stories, I remember, you know, the torture and the fucking, so that's something that, you know, even generations down the line, you don't forget. Like, a lot of these people remember when fucking America came and invaded their shit for no fucking reason and took whatever natural resource or just fucking killed people and whatever they fucking did and whatever excuse and shit. You know, they tell us that they're getting rid of mighty dictators and shit, but yet after they kill the person that they're fucking calling a mighty dictator and treating their people so bad, you know, these people aren't fucking happy and joyous that they killed this so-called fucking Trojan warrior, this fucking, you know, this sick person who does his fucking people in the country wrong. Like, these people are literally fucking crying and saying death to America and all that fucking shit. Like, so how the fuck, if these people, like, it's crazy because we're seeing this shit on the news, but yet we're seeing the people are upset that you killed their fucking leader. Yeah, you're gonna try and tell us that the people needed you to fucking kill this dictator and you know, it just doesn't stop, man. With America, it doesn't stop, man. It doesn't stop. You never know. You never know what's gonna happen. You just know it's gonna happen, and it will be swept under the rug. It will be swept under the rug to the point people forget. People are just gonna forget about it. Disconnect the negative battery, post, then reattach it, and it will reset. Oh yeah, I did. You talking about as far as like the you know, I did that. Yeah, cause I took it to a, not a shop, but like an AutoZone. It wasn't AutoZone. I forget the name of it. But I took it to a thing cause my cigarette lighter, you know, one of my cigarette lighters is out, and you know, I happened to I thought it was a fuse, but you know, the fuse was good. You know, he said I have to take it to the shop and figure out what it is because the check engine light is on, and you know, he was real limited in what he could tell me about the vehicle. I guess for fucking so he doesn't get in trouble for telling me the wrong thing or whatever the issue was. But it definitely wasn't the fuse. He told me that. He told me to do that as well, which he just told me to take the, you know, the cable off the regular piece and it will reset. But it's still the same shit. And if it did reset, then, you know, they just hit me so much with the bullshit that it's, you know, it's just gonna be on some repetitive shit. Nappy, I'm hanging in there, waking. Another day in this domestic terrorism. The crazy thing is, oh, I might have this on. Did I? Should have put it. It's a national thing, everybody knows already. Everyone knows already. Yeah, you know, I was kind of thinking, man, because I've been getting so many fucking, you know, I've been getting so many people doing, you know, trying to tell me good job or like right on, but they're doing it really fucking sneaky, bro. Era or Head of Rex, I can't really, I gotta see the name to be able to say it again, but you know, he mentioned something about a video that I took of a Amazon driver, and I had noticed that too. I didn't really say anything, but I noticed it. I might have said something, but the dude in the Amazon truck, when I got out and I asked him why is he domestically terrorizing America, hey, chill out. I asked him why is he domestically terrorizing American citizens and shit. It's like he was trying to tell me something, but he was trying to do it sneaky, like the way he was doing his head backwards and shit. He was like, so I believe, like, a lot of these people aren't bad. Or I'm not gonna say they aren't bad, because, you know, if you're just gonna do this shit, like, unless you're like a fucking single mom or some shit, and you let these well, if you're a regular citizen, you know, you never did any crimes 9 to 5, I could see the police coming and bullying you into fucking doing this program and shit. But like certain people, like, I just, you know, I'll never be able to understand it just by, you know. It sounds stupid. It sounds really fucking stupid, but you know, when you're in certain fucking lifestyles and shit, you take certain fucking oaths, or I wouldn't even call it an oath, because it's not really an oath. It's just like a fucking, it's just a known thing. Like, you know the sneaky tactics of the police. You know how they'll fucking go in one room and one person won't give no information, then they'll go into the next room and tell the other fucking person that person that didn't give no information gave all the information in the world, and try and make you guys fucking, so they're just, you know, they're real fucking convincing to some people. I guess I could understand, but you know, when it's to the point that people are dying, I don't think, especially by people who are sent to protect us or here to protect us and shit, and they'll fucking arrest you and lock you up for anything and all that shit, for anything in the fucking book. They'll even try and fucking convince you that your rights aren't even your fucking rights. Like, if you literally try and exercise your rights and shit, they'll give you fucking problems with that shit. So, I know there are good citizens that fucking participate in this program, but something, whether, like the military, it's military operations, so maybe, you know, maybe not all of them, because I know a lot of them enjoy this, don't get me wrong. Like, I know for a fact, like 95% of these motherfuckers are in it because they want to be. They're making good money, you know. It's just times is hard, jobs is fucking falling off the map. You know, people are being pressured by need. People enjoy this shit, but the ones that are being, like, the good ones, like, they're, you know, put it like, I don't want to mention any, you know, I already did it, but as far as the Amazon, but I don't want to put nobody else out there, but there, you know, there are a lot of fucking people that, you know, come out, I'll just say, come out of these fucking buildings that are, you know, they're recognized buildings and shit, like they're in the public's eye and shit, like, and they're playing a big part in this domestic terrorism. And every now and then, you feel me, I get a person that is connected with one of these buildings, they'll say like good job and shit, but they'll do it on the fucking low. They'll do it like really on the fucking low, like they don't want, even if they're by their fucking selves, like in the car, like literally they do it on the low. So I know a lot of them know what the fuck is going on, and they're just fucking trapped into something, whether it's trapped through fucking, you know, being entrapped and fucking set up so that they can fucking, you know, cushion them up for this fucking program and shit. You know, like, send a fucking informant to go sell drugs, or have a man cheat on his wife or some shit like that, to where it's gonna, you know, it's really gonna split the family up or some shit like that. You don't want nobody to know. You don't want nobody in your family to know, because you gotta think, man. You know, people are committing suicide, and people are killing people, and this shit is being swept under the rug. All these people, like, aren't with that shit. Trust me, like, there's a lot of fucking people involved in this program that are like, damn, what the fuck did I get myself into, man? I can't even say anything if I wanted to, because they'll either do this to me, or I'll be fucking, you know, if it ever does go to court, like, I'll be fucking accomplice, or like, I'll be fucking mentioned in the court case. You feel me? So, and I'm starting to realize that, but I also see a lot that the people that do participate in this shit, they're, you know, I do see some that are good people, but for the most part, 95% of them, you know, in my estimation, might not be all that great, but 95% of them enjoy what they're doing. It's just unfortunate that some people are fucking got themselves stuck into something that, you know, as long as people keep dying in this program, it's going to be harder and harder for those people to come out and expose, because they definitely know what they're up against. They definitely know what's going to happen. And that's just like, a lot of us won't fucking, you know, a lot of us won't, you know, go too far with trying to expose this program, because, you know, we know as well, like, what we're up against. Like, these are big entities, and, you know, the police do it all the time. Neighborhood Watch does it all the time. They fucking kill people and get away with it. They get away with it. And, you know, once you implement certain words into, like, police reports and news reports and shit, monster, terrorism, bomb, shit like that, you know, it's the general public accepts whatever you do to that person a lot more easier than, for some reason, those fucking words have a psychological effect on people, to where the police can keep getting away with sweeping it under the rug. And, I mean, just look at all the targets that have died. All the targeted individuals that fucking either been incarcerated or reacted to their domestic terrorism, the same script. They're a monster, bomb, terrorism. And, you know, unfortunately, the general public is easy to fucking steer and guide, so nobody will look into it. Oh, we just got another murderer. We got another monster off the streets. The police said he was a monster, so he had to be a monster. The police said he was a monster, so he has to be a monster. Okay. And then, you know, we got a lot of low level. Like, I always knew, like, there were low level Freemasons and shit, but if there was a way that you could do a search on Freemasonry and see who's all involved, like, you'd probably be surprised, man. because they're so fucking, they get fucking indoctrinated with bullshit as well, telling people that they're here to make the community better and all that shit. And a lot of them is generational family members and all that shit, but a lot of people be thinking they're doing good and shit, and then they get locked into the spirit of this bullshit and start enjoying it. The money starts getting good, and then they're like, fuck, man. They become numb to it. Like, it might be against their fucking morality in the beginning, but as the money keeps coming in, and the problems keep getting worse, like corona and the loss of jobs and shit like that, it becomes easier to stick with, not say anything. You can tell that by as many fucking regular citizens that fucking be talking that shit when I be protesting. Oh, shut up. Quit tweaking. Quit being a paranoid. Like, they're only doing that because I'm stepping on their paycheck. I'm putting their fucking... I'm putting their... Huh?
Go ahead and see if it starts.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, so, they've been so indoctrinated with making the neighborhood a better place, and you see all these fucking commercials to join Freemasonry, and they show all the fucking neighbors joining Freemasonry. If you go ahead and go ahead and YouTube, so you guys know. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have, but YouTube how to be a Freemason and shit, and then you'll see all this fucking bullshit about the neighborhood reaching out, going out and feeding the homeless, and they're fucking got these fucking name badges on and shit, acting like they're fucking being fucking just friendly, helpful citizens, helping their community out and shit. Like, they're propaganda for your motherfucking ass, man. Propaganda like a motherfucker. What they call it, baiting something. Bait and catch or some shit. But hey, come here, they do get a lot of people locked into fucking, all these little fucking secrecy bullshit. Even this Target, like, a lot of people are just fucking locked into it. Didn't know no better. Got tricked, and, now they got something hanging over their head that they can be played with like a fucking remote control toy. You do this for us or we'll fucking tell your family this. I ask myself all the time, since that VTA dude did what he did, what in the hell? Like, this guy must have been on that job for a long time, so I know he accumulated a lot of fucking friends. And even though he had people harassing him, he still had friends. So what in the fuck would you... the guy's going through the harassment. He's probably talking to you guys and all this shit. And you guys are blowing him off. And fucking he actually does do something. My question is, what in the fuck? Like, what type of loyalty is that? Like, your job and all that shit, there's some way that you could be fucking, well, the program is just too big, man. But, for me, what in the, like, how could you fucking let somebody kidnap, or not kidnap, but kill a friend of however fucking many years, family member, all that shit, however fucking many, like, what, and the police just fucking sweep it under the rug, like, right in front of your fucking face, and you know the police are behind this. What in the fuck would permit you not to say anything? Like, I don't... I guess I'll fucking never understand it. I'll never fucking understand it. know, some of them have been fucking manipulated, but, you know, for the most part. Some things are just, you know, some things, no matter how serious they are, the whole fucking planet as a people, like the way we've been conditioned and trained and all that shit, it's like real life, like we're fucking pretty much like, well, I'm not gonna say we're all, because some of us, you know, we're aware, but it's like we're fucking the general, just, you know, generally speaking, the planet is already the zombie apocalypse is already fucking here. The zombie fucking apocalypse is already here. Like, people aren't fucking eating brains or none of that shit, but the stupidity in people and the fucking just no brainage and fucking, you're basically just an empty head being fucking waiting for your fucking control, like waiting for your command or your demand and shit, like, or like being programmed into what to believe and shit, like, like even though the shit's happening right in front of your face, undeniably right in front of your face, like somebody pisses in a fucking cup right in front of your face and tells you that their tool, excuse my language, tells you that their tool is a water faucet. 9 times out of 10, if the news media tells them that, if the government tells them that, if they don't believe it, they're gonna act like they believe it, and they're gonna take a sip out that cup. Trust me. If they don't believe it, they're going to act like they believe it, and they will drink out of that cup. And we can see that just with all the fucking bullshit that's going on with us, as well as with everybody else. But, you know, that sensitizing shit, like, I understand the sensitizing for all the little shit. I understand, like, a lot of people have to be sensitized to actually know what it's like to fucking, you know, to understand what we're going through. But, you know, that still doesn't get around the fact that these people are doing shit that doesn't have to be. Like, you don't have to be, you know, marinated in you don't have to be marinated in sensitization, if that's the right word to say. You don't have to be marinated in that bullshit to know what they're doing is wrong, and know what the science to what the fuck they're doing is getting people killed. Like, you don't have to be no fucking rocket scientist. You don't have to fucking go to school for you. Like, common sense will tell you. program is gonna get more people killed. After the first 2 people that you see making complaints about this shit, telling you that they're being shot with military weapons, and they're not telling you shit that's not documented. And they're not telling you shit that's, you got military people in Australia. You got military people in Australia that went to American military, that went to Australia, and they say they're fucking, they received some type of, microwave frequency burning and shit. So, these people are saying that happened. People at eBay, people that work for eBay that know what's going on, like a lot of them are highly participating in this program. So, these people, specific people, they know the ins and outs pretty much. I don't know if they know the ins and outs, but they know what's going on. And these aren't fucking mentally ill people. They're saying they're being domestically terrorized with frequency weapons and shit. So, you know why? I mean, you can't, I mean, there's no way in the world you're going to be able to keep getting away with calling people mentally insane. There's no fucking mental illness where somebody can fucking tell you exactly what the fuck is going on, clearly. And I understand a lot of us, especially in our beginning stages, it's hard to fucking get it out to where fucking people understand us, because it's all in our head. Like, it's all like the shit that they do. They are all in our fucking heads. And when this first starts happening to you, it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of fucking, you're reflecting on your life and trying to figure out what in the fuck did you do so bad to fucking get you locked into this program and shit. So, for the most part, I understand, like, when you're at the beginning stages, but for a person who's been in this shit for a while, and they're literally, they're crying out. Like, I can guarantee you, like, all the targets that have done something, that's why if I was a lawyer, I'd get all the fucking police phone calls from that person, and I listen to all the fucking interactions between the police and the fucking person that's going through the targeting and shit. Like, that would be a big revealance in the fucking case. Because I've called the police many times, and fucking they said, and I don't know fucking, not on no fucking, well, I guess I don't care what you label it, this is a whole different ball game. But not on no snitch shit, basically on like, I'm being followed, it's a bunch of fucking vehicles, with one headlight, and all this shit, like, basically, trying to get a little paper trail and document the harassment. So, because in the beginning, that's what a lot of people were telling me, get a paper trail, even if the police target you, you'll have a paper trail and all this. So I did call the police in the beginning to try and fucking get a paper trail, but it's so fucked up, man, when the police are sitting there conducting this shit. You feel me? Because there's no way you can fucking tell anybody. There's no fucking way that, there's no way that a person, when you feel like you have no help, especially like the people really going through this shit that don't know what they're going through, they just think that, they're being harassed and targeted and the police are just blowing them off and shit. Like, they don't know that the police have them in this program. When you don't know that, and I don't care what background you come from, if you're some hardcore fucker from the streets, or you're some fucking you some wimpy fucker, or whatever. Like, I don't, whatever fucking character you take on. You know, eventually something's gonna happen. What the fuck? Hold on, man. Eventually something's gonna happen. It doesn't matter, like, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what type of background you come from, so to speak. You could be a little kid. You know, I've seen, like, I mean, I didn't see it actually when it was happening. I've seen, you know, people have been beaten by their parents, like their parents fucking beat them so much and shit. Then eventually they turn on their fucking parents and shit. And then you fucking have, you know, some dude who fucking punches his fucking mom. I'm not saying it's right, but you know, you're creating these fucking situations, man. And I don't know where I'm going with that. I don't know where I came from with that, but they're literally creating situations out here that are getting people killed, and people are just fucking alright with them sweeping it under the rug. And no matter how much you try and fucking expose it and shit, you know, you would think that fucking the community would want to know what's going on, would want to be informed, but you know, the reality is most of them are being paid. Most of them are being fucking set up and entrapped into fucking blackmail. So, you know, it's a no-brainer why nobody's coming out and saying anything. A lot of people know it's wrong, and they're just gonna let it keep going on because they don't want that little secret to get out, or they want to keep that fucking nice little cushy paycheck they got coming in. Whether it's fucking $10 for a Target gift card to a homeless person who's never had anything, all the way to a fucking Tesla payment to a fucking neighborhood watch motherfucker that's only been driving fucking Toyotas and shit all their fucking life. Now they fucking, you know, they can finally drive that Tesla that they've been seeing everybody in and keep up on the payment and all that shit. So, you know, that's what we're up against. Like, we're up against that. You know, even if there was a chance that people believed us and shit, like the tinkers and the tots that they get from this shit, you know, a lot of them are just born rats. A lot of them, this is what they do. They just couldn't make the cut. Like, a lot of them are, you know, just low budget police that probably tried out for the force but just never made the cut. So now they're going for the best thing possible. Security guard. Next, you know, the next thing under a security guard is a fucking, what is it? Community on patrol. You fucking loading these fucking dumbass neighborhood watch motherfuckers up with so much bullshit, psychological bullshit, be all you can be for your fucking neighborhood, that you got these motherfuckers gun-ho harassing people. Look at this. You got these motherfuckers gun-ho harassing people, and they always do that. Notice he's in all black, and he waited till the other person actually got across the street before he fucking crossed. But yeah, man, you put a person, they got these fucking neighborhood watch people, you know, manipulated with their fucking propaganda and their big brother type fucking bullshit. Oh man, that, you know, this is bad, man. People are being indoctrinated. We got all different sectors of the police department that aren't even official and shit. Neighborhood watch, fucking community on patrol, fucking clean. All these fucking names that stem from one program. It's all the same fucking program. But you know. The world the Matrix. The Matrix is a confusing place, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I be sorry I be kind of venting out. I know I be answering questions and shit, and I just go on and go on. I'm sorry about that, but I can get you gang stalking work. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, that's what I mean. We get these idiots. And see, you know, and that's why I like to keep the perps on here as well. You know, a lot of people, you know, and I understand it and shit. It is kind of irritating and shit, but just like that dude, you know, they're real blatant with their bullshit, and that's probably a cop. You know, that's probably a cop. A lot of cops are tuned in, so that, you know, they do their bullshit, and it's all triggers. Like, I'm supposed to get mad. I'm supposed to get mad, or one of you guys as well. We're supposed to get mad at him telling us that he could get us a gang stalking job. That's the mindset of these fucking people, man. That's the fucking mindset of these fucking people, man. You know, you know, you would think that most people who aren't a part of this program, you know, they have a regular life. They're living a fucking regular life. They're not getting on the computer and fucking making a lifetime of fucking supporting themselves through harassing people on the fucking internet and shit. Like, not the average person isn't doing that. But when you're blatant and you're so stupid with your blankticity, if that's the right word, with your blatantness, like, you know, it just makes it easier to fucking expose. You know, and if people have half a brain, all they gotta do is fucking just, you know, research psychological triggers, man, and go off that. Go off everything that they're doing. Gaslighting. Research gaslighting. You know, people die and the police say they're crazy and they have mental illnesses. Ask the police if those same people, you know, ask the police if those same people made police reports trying to get help from the police. Ask if you could get video. Ask if you could get recordings of the fucking phone calls, the 911 calls and the police calls. And I guarantee you, hands down, I can almost put my life on this, because every time I made a call, you know, I got the same fucking, and I know it's to detour you and make you think like everybody's gonna think you're crazy. If the police think you're crazy and they're doing this shit, everybody's gonna think you're crazy and they're gonna lock you up in a nut house, and then you're just gonna be fucking. I've been through that phase. Like I'm still, you know, I know I'm still in the phase. I know it can fucking happen. Like I know it can happen, but it's to a point to where, like, you know, I got so much fucking evidence on this bullshit. Like, I'll be a fool not to get out and protest this shit and fucking try and get people to see what the fuck is going on. Like, I could see when I didn't have evidence, it would be fucking easy for them to get away with calling me mentally ill, or easy for them to fucking detour me with saying shit like, get off the drugs, and, you know, you think everybody's chasing you, you're on drugs, you're cracked out. Like, it's fucking easy for them to say that when you don't have evidence, but, you know, when you have evidence, then, because people out there that fucking, you know, they know. At the very least, they might not know what this program is, but they know the shit that they're doing, that these people are doing, and they're cleaning up the streets with it. You know their tactics and shit. You could do very, very minute research and find out that this program is right, like warfare and all the other shit that comes with this. Undeniable. Hands down, undeniable. You might not know what their agenda is. You might not know why they're doing it, but you can definitely see why we're dying. Coffee real quick. paranoid. I get in my vehicle, they hit the gun for whatever reason. He's out the store or how we did this. What it was. I'm stepping on the paychecks out here. I realized that, and I know it's crazy, but I'm in more danger from the getting their little increment, their little knickknacks and their car payments. You know, I'm dealing with those motherfuckers. I'm more danger than dealing with the government or police, because there's so many of them, and they're just nothing but f***ers anyway. Like, you know, the police aren't gonna do any of the real rap. So away with it, good. But if they don't happen to get away with it, it will be under the roof neatly. And they'll try and say the perp was a good person. But you know, if the perp do too much and link you to them, then you're on your own. You'll be left with a fucked up legacy. The GTA dude, which in reality your legacy already fucked up because you're this, like you're literally participating. You know, saying all that to say, get yourself in public caught to a target. You know, if they you know, to fucking expendable. You're public side. Who are expendable to keep them out. So, you know, this is what you're gonna get, man, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you're gonna get when you're unfucking conditioned, if you will. You guys don't care who you put on. Put your 90s, you fucking they older. You know, you can walk you're on the front line, and they don't see it right now. They don't see it right now. Or maybe they're just with blackmail. The right thing. When it's fucking, no matter how they try and make you feel like they're just fucking smarter than you and they're one up on you and they can fucking, they know every fucking drop of what you're thinking. And don't get me wrong, there are people out there with the devices that can read your mind, send subliminal thoughts, and fucking see through your eyes, you know, fuck with, you know, all that shit. But a lot of these fucking Fruit Loops out here, they're just being told. Like, there's somebody at a command station, and then you have these fucking Fruit Loops out here that will try and convince you that they're really the ones that can fucking read your thoughts. And, you know, and in the beginning, I know for me, in the beginning when they was doing shit like that, I was thinking motherfuckers psychic. You know, it took me through a psychological trip to where I was like, damn, man, How the fuck does this motherfucker know how much money I got in my pocket? How the fuck does this motherfucker know I'm finna go here? And not only know it, but fucking be, you know, throughout the fucking day, different people saying, you know, saying certain shit. You know, maybe that I was thinking or some fucking weird shit like that. You know, or, you know, I'll be thinking about something. You know, this is in the beginning of my targeting and shit before, and I think they used to test it out on me a lot. Cause I'd be thinking about something, and then how could I, what example could I use? For instance, I'll be thinking about something, and then they'll come play it out in real life, whether it's fucking through a conversation with each other, or some fucking weirdo just comes out the blue and tries to be nice and fucking, hey, I rap, I got a studio, and like I might have been just thinking like, damn man, I wish I was still rapping, man, or some shit like that, like, you know, some shit playing off in my mind, and some fucking weirdo will just pop up out the blue, talking about, hey man, do you rap? You look like a rapper. You got flow, you got lyrics, that type of weird shit. And like, you know, in the beginning, before I knew what the fuck they were doing, like I would just fucking blow that shit off as like, damn, that's a hell of, I was just thinking about that. Like I was just thinking about that shit. That's crazy. Like, oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it, man, but it's really fucked up, man. A lot of people out here, though, they're playing us for bogey. Ladies and gentlemen, they are playing us for bogey. I know there's a lot of fucking people who have chips in their head. For the most part, I think it's just like military people, though. But there are some, you know, exceptions. There are people out here with chips already. But for the most part, you know, all I ask, man, I'm trying to get everything documented because I don't know. I honestly don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm too fucking, you know, I'm too fucking aware to know how big this fucking program is, and just seeing them fucking do what they're doing to my dogs and shit. Like I know it's meant for me, but you know, the shit that the what would you call it? The reaction to the shit that they're, you know, the frequencies and shit that they're shooting at me, and my dog's reactions and shit. Like, you know, I know I'm literally, like, they're fucking roasting the shit out of me. They're killing me. Like, I don't, you know, they're killing a lot of us that they use the microwave frequencies on. So I'm not just trying to say it's like me and I'm just fucking special and I'm the only one they're doing it to, just in case anybody might think that that's what I'm saying. But I'm just, you know, they're cooking me, like, literally, you guys. And, you know, in the beginning, it was at a point to where, you know, I even remember, like, people used to ask me, do you get the microwave frequencies and shit? And I used to, you know, if I don't get it, I don't fucking get it, man. And I'm not gonna fucking, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm getting something that I'm not getting. So, you know, I've even said on lives, like, if they are doing it, like, I can't really tell. Like, I don't know. Like, people have fucking asked me, and I've told them, like, I don't know. I don't know if they are doing it. Like, it's at a level to where I can't feel it. But I notice now, like, every fucking time, ever since I got on that fucking bullhorn, like, my dogs, me, like, literally fucking, I know, you know, I felt it to where my face is burning, my earlobes are burned, You know, it's not no all over my body type of sensation. They focus on my fucking face and my head. And just seeing the deterioration of my dogs in so little time, I'd be fucking far off and way out of reality. You know, if we're just gonna be realistic about things, like, and we'll just say maybe it won't happen, but you know, just to be realistic about things, I'm not blind to the fact that, you know, eventually something's gonna happen, whether it's some fucking random act of fucking somebody coming and shooting me, or fucking they try and cover up and say it was a robbery, or some fucking tragic fucking accident, you know, vehicular accident, or fucking whether they lock me up and I mysteriously commit suicide in jail, where there's no way in possible world that you could commit suicide in jail unless you fucking, you know, you swallow a fucking razor blade and some type of fucking, you know, cushion wrapping and shit, just in case whatever you swallowed it, you know, is the balloon busts open or some shit and you. So I'm just saying, like, nobody's gonna go out their way to fucking kill themselves unless, you know, if you're gonna commit suicide, you're just gonna have to go the rugged way and jump off a tier, like dive off a tier head first, like the top tier. Like, that's the only way you're committing suicide in jail. But again, since they have the ability to fucking sway people's fucking thoughts and shit, like they could say I fucking killed myself. They could say anybody killed themselves in jail, and no matter, you could walk these citizens through the fucking jail and see that there's no way in the world for you to hang anything up to hang yourself. There's no fucking way in the world. But you know, you'll convince people, even though they can fucking see that there's no way in the world, you'll convince them that there's a way you can do it. So I'd be far off from reality to think that they're not gonna do anything to me. So I'm trying to get as much out as I possibly can. Hold on, let me let the music go. I'm trying to put all the undeniable evidence, if you will. Like, just, I don't know, I guess I'm trying to explain the common sense of all this fucking bullshit. Like, even though it's hard to believe, like, when you really think about it, and it doesn't take too much thinking, like, you can see what's going on. And one thing's for sure, I'm not trying to leave this planet. I'm not trying to fucking, have my name somewhere in history to where I was some fucking psychopath and some mentally ill crazy dude who just got swept under the rug. Guy right here, no doubt. Cameron dropped this person off. You'll see. Walk by. I don't want to get too much. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right. No barking at the terrorists. I don't want no problems, ma'am. I'm just I don't want no problems. Please don't hurt me. You're in all black. You're in all black. They might not be telling you, but they have you color coordinated with a bunch of domestic terrorists out here. So it's easy for me to see who you are, but But they're probably just telling you to wear all black. They're not letting you know why you're wearing all black. People are out here dying and shit, and they're putting you on the front line. I just thought I'd let you know that, man, in case you don't know. Yeah, if somebody told you to wear all black like that, they're literally putting you on the front line. They're hoping something happens to you so that they can lock you up. You're just bait. This is why 10 people are dead at the VTA right now. A lot of people are being put up front as bait. VTA, the Valley Trail. You didn't hear about those 10 people that died at the VTA? Are you did the police move you out here? Are you like trying to get some type of assistance or some job or something? Hey, are they telling you what type of outfits to wear in order to get GA or any of that? Okay, well I'm just I know it's probably in your best interest to deny everything. In case you don't know why you're wearing all that, they told you to put it in the front line. Hey, go. Hold on. Where's it? Here it goes. Hey, chill. Hey, scrap! Where that little dog go? Stop putting American citizens on the front line! You're making this lady dress in all black because you think it's going to trigger me and I'm going to do something to her. I'm not that stupid. Hey man, don't get lost in the sauce. I'm one of the good ones, but there are some people out there that aren't gonna take this and they're gonna do something. Peter. Good boy. Hey, chill. Putting that girl out on the front line like bait. It's a damn shame, man. You know, and sadly, it might not be her, but somebody else that's put on the front line just like her. I don't know if she was aware of why they make her wear all black or not, but they'll tell these people like it's a little job description. You know, the ones that don't know what they're getting themselves into. Wear all black, you know. If you're gonna work for us, you wear all black, you color coordinate and all this shit. You know, they don't know why they're doing it. Eventually, when something happens to them, everybody, and I mean this when I say it, like there's no exaggeration, not even the smallest bit of fucking exaggeration. Everybody in this program, even the fucking police department, you know, not all fucking police, and very rare, like they're not highly fucking susceptible to something happening to them. They're not highly susceptible to that, but you know, there are some occasions where, you know, just you know, the police can be reached too. Like they're not fucking, you know, they relax and they're not completely on guard every fucking, you know, minute of the fucking day. Like, you know, especially with their power and shit, they're comfortable in their power. So a lot of them think nothing can happen to them, and they're so fucking reinforced with their buddies and their camaraderie and shit. Like, you know, they really feel like they're untouchable, which in reality, you know, to some extent that's true, but you know, there's always a back door. There's always an open space. Like, nobody's completely fucking safe in this program. And the general public, the unsuspecting, the ones that don't participate, it's sad to say, like, they're the fucking most in danger. They're the fucking most in danger. And if that lady was right, if she was telling the truth, not if she was right, but if she was, you know, telling the truth about, you know, that she doesn't have no idea about fucking wearing all black, and that no one, you know, no one fucking told her to wear all black, if she was just a regular citizen, and I was somebody that was just so fucking hell struck off of targeting, and I was ready to end it all, and I was waiting for the next fucking person to target me and shit, like, just off that color code shit, and me fucking being angry and fucking my, you know, not being able to think clearly. I'm not saying me, but if there was another target, you know, being harassed so viciously by this program, like, she would be fucking on the menu. Like, it would be over with. Like, she would be fucking, whatever that fucking target decided to do to the next person who targets him, because they put her on the front line unsuspectingly, you know, she'd be there to bite the bullet, and they could sweep it under the rug. That'd make her look good, you know. A poor young lady walking down the street gets attacked by this fucking monster, this monster who's fucking been going around causing problems with the community. They're not telling you that people are following you with one headlight, and so you're getting out the car and you cussing at them, and you're fucking, you know, for the target that, you know, can't take it, or like, you know how they have us in the beginning. Why the fuck are you following me and all this fucking shit? Like, it really looks like we're fucking causing harassment when, you know, you got a perp fucking causing initiation to bullshit. So when you actually fucking hop out and confront that perp, the other perp that's recording it, they're not recording what the first perp did to you. They're just recording you talking shit to the other perp. So, oh man, the way to manipulate this shit, man. I mean, I could go on all night and all night about the way they fucking manipulate this shit, but the reality is I really don't know nothing except the common sense part of this fucking program. Like, and that's really all I know is like the common sense, like the, you know, what psychological triggers will do to a person. You know, the fight or flight, the harassing a person to the point of suicide and murder. Like, you see this shit at this fucking on TV all the time. Kids going up in schools and shooting people, and I know some of it be fake news, but some of that shit's real, man. You know, everybody, you know, and especially like people who are quiet to themselves. I don't want to say autistic, but I guess you could say autistic. You know, just like, you know, people who, they mind their fucking business, and they don't, you know, they just don't fuck with nobody. Like, those are literally like the fucking, you know, they might be easy to target. Like, they might be in the beginning real fucking easy targets and shit, because, you know, they're not the type of people to fucking, like, you know, at the end of the day, all we want is fucking peace. Like, literally, like, if they shut it, not just for me, it would have to be for everybody. Like, I'm too fucking implanted in it. But if they were to shut this fucking program down, if they were to say, like this, look, we'll stop this program right now, but you don't get no money for, for whatever your pain and suffering. You won't, no matter how many years you've been through this, you won't get no money for your pain and suffering. But we'll stop this fucking program now. Or you can wait 2 years. No, we'll put a more realistic time. You can wait 3 years. You can go through this program for 3 more years, and you'll get compensated $1 million for all your trouble that you've been in. But like, if you wait the 3 years, you'll get the $1 million. But since it's gonna be such of a rush job, and you just really want to get off the targeting program period, we can take you off today, but you won't be compensated. A lot of us would fucking jump off this fucking program today, and I don't care if we're the brokest motherfucker in the world, the poorest motherfucker in the world. Like, a lot of us ain't gonna go through 3 more years of this shit for $1 million. I mean, some people, it might sound like it's worth it. But trust me, after a year going through this shit, after 6 months of going through this shit, you'll know that there's no amount of money in the fucking world that could make a motherfucker want to go through this shit. When you literally don't know what the fuck, like, with their harassment and all their fucking psychological torture and all that bullshit, like, a lot of that shit's going to your subconscious. A lot of shit that they do is going to your subconscious and all that shit. Like, and it's really fucking scary to know, like, because I'm not no psychologist, but I know this program is heavily I mean, that's what it's based on, is psychology, like, just torture, psychology, torture, and just, I don't know, man. I'm kind of, it's a lot, man. It's a lot going on. But the scary thing is to fucking know that you're going through this program, and know that you're trying your hardest to fucking deal with it. And as you stay dealing with it, they get harder and harder and harder and harder. And you can feel yourself like losing grip of, like, you can feel yourself slipping away into doing something. Like, that's the fucking, because you don't know when it's gonna be, you don't know what it's gonna be, you don't know what it's gonna take for them to fucking, but they'll, their psychological fucking toolbox, they have so many tactics that eventually they're gonna yank that character up out of you. And it's just fucking, it's scary not to know, like, to know you're trying your hardest to fucking just live in the world as a regular fucking person, and do, live righteously, if you will. Like, nobody's an angel, but as far as righteously, I mean, not doing anything illegal, not doing anything bad to people, robbing them, or, just whatever bad shit that comes with life. You're not, you're trying to, you're separated from that shit. You're not a part of that lifestyle. So, and then coming from the lifestyle where you're trying so hard to fucking just, you're literally not just trying, but you're living the straight and narrow. You're literally living straight and narrow to the point to where you're even doing shit that you swallow your pride, like you're swallowing your fucking pride, or whatever the case. Like, the scary thing is just fucking not knowing what trigger they're gonna pull, or what type of fucking character is gonna come out of your fucking subconscious. Some fucking monster, the monster that they're always calling us, like the monster that they created. Like you don't know what that monster is gonna do. You just know it's gonna do something eventually. Like that's literally the fucking scariest fucking, you know, for me at least. Like that it's really fucking scary when, you know, and you know, like I know what's going on. Like I know they're trying to set me up. I know all this shit, and I know like what not to do. I know what I shouldn't do. Like I shouldn't let them bait me into this shit. Like, but the seriousness of fucking psychological warfare, man. You know, this program isn't something that's natural. Like this program was designed, and there's a lot of people. A lot of fucking people went through suffering. Like, we think we're going through suffering. Before they had the gadgets, before they had the technology, like, people were going through some manual suffering, if you will. Like, literally, like, painstaking suffering and shit. Like, real fucking blowtorch psychology fucking, you know, and that's documented. MK Ultra, all that shit. You feel me? Putting people on LSD and having them, you know, not eat and fucking sticking them in rooms together, and you know, you got people eating on each other and shit because they're so flipped out their mind and they've been up for so long they don't have no fucking like perception of reality. Like they're just fucking there and just fucking yeah. So as much as we go through, even with the microwaves and shit, and I'm not, you know, I'm by far not fucking trying to make this program seem less than what it is, because it's very torturous. But you know, just, you know, we think we're going through some shit, and even the baiting in, you know, the baiting in of the fucking psychology torture that they did. Like they literally got them fucking people to get trapped themselves and shit. You know, putting up fucking, okay, we'll pay you to fucking experiment. We want to experiment on you. We'll pay you to take this experiment, or we'll pay you to, you know, run this trial, whether it's taking pills or fucking, you know, they do that shit. We'll pay you to fucking, you know, basically, you know, be an experiment. Let them experiment on you to test drugs and certain shit like that. So, you know, it's just a whole different, you know, this technology from the microwave burns and shit. I can't really say that speaking in the head, because, you know, I only have an idea that they've been, you know, minutely using it, not to the point to where I can actually officially say they're using it on me. But, you know, this is a lot softer, I would think, than the terrorism that they performed and the torture that they performed on the, you know, the people before. Like, I've seen pictures of fucking people that used to look like regular fucking humans that literally look like fucking, like, there's no name for them. Like, it's scary, like, scary fucking shit, like, a real life fucking, like, horror. Like, if you look at some of them MK Ultra fucking, the way they used to sew people together and shit, and all that fucking weird shit, and not feed them and shit, man. You know, this is a fucked up program, but you know, we should really be lucky or happy that we're not those fucking people. Like, they literally this is not funny, but they were literally tricked into fucking, you know, a lot of pain and suffering. Those people probably fucking went to go fucking take some type of fucking experiment, you know, make a little extra money to pay for their college books, or, you know, a little late on the rent, or I gotta take this experiment real quick, you know, go sign this fucking whatever that shit is, disclaimer or whatever, go sign it real quick, say that I'm volunteering. You know, once you sign that paperwork, whatever they implement after that, you know, you just have to, you better make sure they stipulate every fucking thing that they're gonna do on that paperwork. Don't just go for the experiment. You get word for word exactly what the experiment is, what type of fucking shit they're gonna perform on you, all that shit. Because once you just say, I'm gonna take the experiment, and they start implementing all these fucking torturous fucking, like, once you sign that waiver. Once you sign that waiver, and that's the fucked up thing about them. You know, that's the fucked up thing about them. I think it all started from Hitler, from Hitler's fucking scientists. You know, to fucking America fucking accepting Hitler's scientists, the wacky fucks. And then, you know, they know, you know, Hitler had some, you know, experiments that probably couldn't tell you. You had to have some real fucking human fucking test subjects to fucking be able to, like, you can't fucking just, you know, read it in a book and it's voila, I know psychology. Like, you need to fucking perform some real psychological trauma based events on these people. And what better way for, you know, it's already, you know, Hitler was such a fucking a bad dictator that, you know, most people already know. Like, if you tell them, oh, Hitler scientists want to take test experiment on you, nobody's gonna say anything. Nobody's gonna fucking go for that shit. But if you say, hey, we're doing a study on drugs, and we want to see the after effects, and this is in the hippie days anyway, so a lot of motherfuckers was already doing them fucking drugs. It was just like, for them, fucking, you know, they were going to Candyland and shit. They didn't know they were gonna receive all the fucking torture and shit. They just thought they was probably going to do all the fucking drugs they wanted to do. Enjoy themselves during this experiment. Maybe get some laws brought in, make LSD legal, or let's make LSD legal. Come test it out for us. Trick themselves into fucking, you know, if any of them are surviving today, they're in those halfway houses with fucking drool and shit coming out their mouths and having military type of flashbacks, seeing monsters and shit, can't go to sleep, on all types of medication and shit, smoking cigarettes with slobber coming out their mouths. And we, the general public, we just walk by those fucking halfway houses and those, you know, those Victorian houses and shit, seeing all these crazy people. We think, oh man, those people can't get it right. Those people are, you know, they're lost and shit. Not knowing your government, like, turned those fucking people into fucking experiments. And not only were they experimenting on them then, but they're still, you can, for the ones that are still alive, if there are any, you know, the experiment didn't stop then. They're still watching them right there in them fucking halfway houses, seeing how they act, monitoring them. You know, and that's the same thing with us. You know, when we die, all this shit, everything, like, even when we get old, like, if we get old to the fact to where, you know, we can't even wipe our asses and shit, like, you know, super old, like 90, handicap old, and we can't wipe our asses, but if we're still breathing, you can believe they still have our eyes on us, and they're still fucking manipulating the situation, everything that happens. Well, I won't go as far to say everything, but pretty much everything that happens in your life is manipulated by these people, just to see what type of reaction they can get out of you. Man, it's just gonna keep happening, man. That's why I really try and point out to people, as long as you see these vehicles with one headlight, I know I say it a lot too, like, I know, I say it a lot, but it, you know, that alone right there, excuse me, that's legitimate. Like, you know, it's like, as blatant as these people are being, you gotta be blatant, like, no matter what they they try and call you crazy. You're on drugs, you're paranoid. As blatant as they are, you gotta match it. Like, I think if you're gonna fight this and shit, I understand if you don't, and you know, people got families and shit, but, like, if you're gonna, like, I think you just, you know, you gotta, if you make your mind, like, there should be no, if you're gonna do this, like, don't, and I even gotta work on it, like, I gotta, you know, I gotta start doing some more fucking interviews and all that shit, but, you know, it's just so much shit going on in the day to where, you know, I gotta rest, I gotta recycle, I gotta, just all this fucking bullshit, but, you know, it comes to a point to where you just gotta stop straddling the fence if you're gonna, you know, you just gotta, you know, they're killing us, we're literally dying, every second of the day they're hitting us with frequencies, and, you know, they're just taking life away from us, shedding life away from us and shit. And, you know, you just, I don't know. And, like, even though we know that 9 times out of 10 in our lifetime, this program is not going to end. And you can see that with the evolution of people, how mentally they're fucking literally going backwards mentally. And letting all the technology fucking, like, the technology is their brain and shit. Their phone is their brain, and they depend on everything from the fucking phone and the internet and all that shit. So, you know, as a people, you know, planet-wise and shit, the human race, we've taken a giant leap backwards. What is this? One small, one tall, 1 foot. What did the astronaut say? One giant step for mankind. Well, we just took a leap, a giant step, a giant leap backwards for mankind. And, you know, experience and common sense to tell you that. Just think back to when they first had the calculators, to where they fucking put the little, you know, they had the calculator to where you put a phone book. And, you know, they convinced people that, hey, this has a little screen on the back of it. You can put it to the bottom where you talk in and go through all this trouble to fucking make your fucking calculator dial the fucking phone number. Like, and as a kid, you know, you do this because it's something new, and it's easier, it's cool. Like, I can ring somebody's fucking phone number. You know, I can call somebody that I know just by using my calculator and putting it up to the receiver. But as you grow up and you start really recognizing how stupid people are getting and shit, myself included. And you start thinking like, damn, man, it was more work to fucking go into the calculator, go into the contacts, find the name of the person, put the fucking calculator up to the receiver of the phone, and press the button for the, you know, and this is back when you had the dial phones, so, you know, just thinking back from there to where, you know, we tried to take shortcuts and fucking let calculators dial our fucking phones, when it would have been, in reality, a lot more easier for us to just fucking pick up the phone and dial it. But, you know, the you know, the notion was there. It's easier. I can fucking, you know, it's easier. That's the, you know, the lazy part. Like, we're so fucking, as a people, we want the shortcut out of everything. We want everything to be so easy that, you know, they could give us something harder than the original way to do it, but because they tell us it's easier, or we're gonna fucking do it. We're gonna fucking do it just because we think it's a shortcut. It's a fucking shortcut, and that's what we've been doing with our brains this whole fucking last week. We've been letting the government do to us. That is what the government knew from the very first fucking, no, we're gonna take it back to the fucking brick phone. that you used to drive around in your car and shit. From the pager, the pager. Well, I'm not gonna say pager. We'll take it to just the phones. But from the very first fucking phone that was invented, they knew that eventually America was gonna, like, we were too headstrong. We remembered everything. We fucking remembered numbers. We remembered fucking addresses of fucking, you know, we had fucking thousand. Well, I'm not gonna. That's over exaggerating. But you know, we've had at the least 10 people in our heads that we knew that we could fucking just, what's their phone number? And it's not like you have to think it. You just go, oh, I'm calling such and such. Go straight to the phone, and you know their fucking phone number. You don't even gotta sit there and fucking contemplate the number in your fucking head. You just went to the phone and you dialed the fucking number. Now try doing that shit. Now try doing that shit. And you know, it's just, you know, we've mentally taken a leap backwards. So I guess I'm just saying all that to say, like, you know, being that we know how powerful and strong this matrix is, man, like, we can't let go of the fact that there are a lot of people. And as much as I would like to say that everybody is highly fucking involved in this shit, you know, it's just, I don't know, man. This matrix has been so fucking indoctrinated with bullshit, and nobody knows what to believe. Some people might think they're doing something for a good reason, and then, you know, just whatever grows on them, the greed of the money that they're getting, you know, or the fucking, you know, it's much safer harassing people than having to deal with my wife finding out that I cheated on her, potentially losing my family and shit. Even could be some police out there like that. You know, it could be some fucking police that are like, fuck, man, this is wrong, man. Like, I didn't join this fucking shit for this. But, you know, even if they did, you know, and this is documented, everybody knows this public history about the Blue Wall of Silence. And then, or I don't know if that's the exact word, but you know what I'm talking about. It's documented that, you know, there are police officers that have that have seen their co-workers fucking, you know, do some fucked up shit to people, and they fucking blow the whistle and, like, you know, turn that person in, like, hey, nah, this cop was such and such and such, he's lying, like, this cop is wrong. Like, you go back and there's plenty of people, well, not plenty, but there are some videos out there where cops have tried to fucking turn other cops in for, you know, misusing their police and their power. And not only from the person that they turned in, but the whole fucking police department, you know, just switched up on them. You know, now they're fucking getting fucking harassed, and, you know, to the point to where they gotta quit their job, and, you know, just all this fucking bullshit. So, you know, when you really think about it, like, maybe there is some fucking good fucking people out there, and just because they know about it, you know, I don't know, like, certain shit just is crossing the line. I don't care, like, how far you go with it. If, you know, you see fucking people getting killed and this shit just being swept under the rug, you know, you gotta come to terms, like, is my job really more important than all these fucking people being terrorized? Then you gotta think, if they're doing it to these people, you know, what's the future to hold? Is this what my family's gonna have to go through? Is this what my grandson's daughter is gonna have to go through? Is this what's my grandson's daughter's daughter? Like, it would be so much easier for the people to just come together and expose this program. I don't give a fuck what you've been blackmailed with, you know, what you've been entrapped with, what type of time you're fucking facing. And everybody has their own individual fucking reasons why they're participating. So, nobody's gonna, everybody's worried about their own secrecy or fucking their payments and shit. But as far as the people being, blackmailed and shit, like, you gotta realize that we gotta come to fucking together. If you really want to be out of this shit, we gotta come together in this shit, like, because as long as they have you guys separated, like they have us isolated, I bet they have them isolated as well, as far as in their crimes and shit. Like, they probably don't even, there's probably some fucking, there's probably some people who talk about how dirty the program is that participate, but for the most part, like, everybody's so isolated into whatever they've fucking been entrapped in, like whatever it was, cheating on the fucking wives and shit. Like, yo, you're not gonna, like, everybody's individually going through their own shit, so it's not really easy to get us to come together or get them to come together, because the camaraderie isn't quite there, because you guys aren't going through the same fucking shit. So, you might step up and you might say, oh, well, fuck, everybody's fucking doing this uprising, but you might not know why the person, like, like the perps, like, they might not know exactly why they fucking being blackmailed and into this fucking program, so they're not gonna come together. They're not gonna be like, I'm tired of this shit, it's time for an uprising, like, people are dying and shit, like, this isn't right. Like, you're gonna be so fucking entrapped into your own thoughts of whatever they set you up with. Like, you're oh man, the cycle, like, you're not gonna wanna, not only are you afraid of the public finding out what you did, you got your comrades that you work with every day and harass people with every day. Now they're gonna know what you did. So I think, their bullshit between each other is pretty much secrecy, and I think that's a way to keep them, participating in this program. Like, this is a strategic program, and I don't want nobody to mistake what I'm saying is law or fucking, what it is, but yeah, man, this program is so intricate, man, and so fucking mind-boggling. Like I said, man, how can a person fucking be working with somebody for so many years, and you know how this person is, and you're watching him being harassed every fucking day that he comes to work, whether it's fucking flat tires, whether it's fucking, people fucking doing weird fucking shit to his fucking desk, or what, fucking with his tools, and it's not just a periodic thing, but it's every time, every day, psychological harassment. And not only the fact that you're feeling sorry for him maybe while he's going through it and shit, but to actually see this man take action into his own hands after he's tried to contact the police, and do everything peaceful, do it the right way, to no avail. Like, you can't complain on these people, because the police gaslight you, and for you to actually fucking know this dude, like, it's different when you don't know the person. But for a lot of those people that knew that man, they know what led that man up to doing what he did. And for them to just sit there, see this trigger right here with the no lights going real slow. He's watching the broadcast right now, and that's just his way of fucking saying, shut up, whether he knows I'm not gonna shut up, so it's pointless. But that's the psychological trigger they do, subconsciously. That went in subconsciously. Right now, it's not bothering me, like, because I know that's what they do, but subconsciously that shit is stacking up. And there's a whole bunch of shit that I don't remember that I fucking took in. Like, the subconscious is crazy. I've been dealing with a lot of fucking shit this 11 years. And a lot of that shit I don't fucking remember. Like, you know, as far as like, I don't remember, but is in the back of my mind subconsciously. Is there? It's cooking. It's brewing with the rest of the shit they keep fucking, the ingredients that they keep throwing in the harassment gumbo. So, you know, subconsciously, there is a monster maybe growing back there, but it's not me. It's not. It's not something that's natural. It's not something that I was born with. It's something that these people created within me. And based on the fact that they have the science and the biology of human beings, and, you know, how we operate, to the fucking electricity in our body, to the very last bone that we have in the blood in our body, how it fucking, you know, they know how every fucking organ works, and you know, they have enough research to know what can fucking, you know, manipulate those your body. So I don't know, you guys. I'm kind of just the bullshit going on, man. I'm kind of trying to get a lot of shit out, just because I don't know. Like, I literally, like, I'm at a crossroad. You know, they're literally fucking killing my dogs before my very eyes, and it's like, I can show people this. They can see the fucking negative fucking, you know, they can see the negative reactions that my dogs are having to this fucking frequency shit. Like, it's right. It's not something that I'm telling you, and I'm just trying to get you to believe it just off my word and shit. Like, you know, I've been, and I'm not talking to targets because you guys know, but, well, as far as like the getting it out, I am. But you guys, you targeted individuals pretty much know what I'm saying. But for those who don't, you know, you see the fucking, after being harassed for 11 years and whatever, this is just, you know, this is just another fucking, like, when you start adapting to their bullshit, trying to make up ways to fucking cope with it, and, you know, so you don't get yourself in trouble, you don't hurt nobody, you don't get hurt, and you fucking succeed in, you know, conquering some of these fucking tactics that they fucking have thrown on you. Then they step it up, and, you know, during this whole fucking process, they're literally fucking creating a monster within you, creating someone who isn't you. So I'm saying that to say this 11 years of me fucking telling people that they're shooting microwave frequencies, well, we'll just say we'll say 6 years to be safe, to where I know I've at least said some 6 years ago during this 11 years of harassment that, you know, it's just, I'm not no fucking psychic. So when I'm studying, like, the little research that I do, like, and it's just so fucking easy for me to comprehend. Like, I mean, it's textbook preschool shit. Like, the smallest of the small. Like, when you're able to fucking talk, I think, like, it just doesn't matter. You know, a human being can only take so much. And when you see the shit actually happening, it's not like I'm trying to get you to take my word for face value, but I'm giving you visual. A lot of us, we're giving you visual. We're showing you that we're being harassed by one headlights. We're showing you that we're being shot frequencies and shit. Like, you know, I don't know, man. We just got a long ride ahead of us, and I'm just trying to get as much shit as I can get out. So I don't want. I'm sorry if if I'm not on the comment section like that. It's just my mind right now. It's just like, it's scary. Like, I'm serious, man. It's scary when you don't know what these people are gonna make you do, man. Like, on top of all the other bullshit, on top of the vehicular harassment. Like I've let them. I've literally, you guys see, I let them. They pop my fucking tires. They, fuck with my radiator. They fucking shoot frequencies. They do all types of fucking, body damage to my vehicle. I let that shit ride. They fucking cause all this fucking. They direct all this psychological warfare on me and just psychologically terrorize me and try and manipulate my actions and how I react to people, try and get me to do something to somebody or myself. Like, I as much as I want to do something, like I was at the position of just not not wanting to deal with the fucking having to go to a mental ward or having to go to jail and fight. Like literally, I can break down the stages of this fucking program where it's taking me, like to the point to where I just want to I want it to end, and I don't want to I don't want to cause no more bullshit than what I'm going through. And the shit just fucking drags on. Like I can see the stages, man, and it drags on and drags on, and it gets to the point to where I know whatever I'm thinking is just not the right thing to do, but I feel myself doing it. But I don't actually do it, and to the point to where I have actually fucking and I can tell, like like for instance with the gas station incident, when I fucking lost it and went off on the dude that was targeting me and shit, as far as trying to make me react and shit in a negative way. Like it's fucked up. Like I felt bad, like literally, like after I did that and I was able to fucking vent and fucking I thought about it, like I was like, what if that dude didn't even know? Like, what if they just fucking put him on the front line and had him ask me these fucking questions? Like, maybe dude didn't even know, like, certain things, though, as far as, like, seeing my fucking radiator smoking and blowing out water and shit. Like, alright, that might be a little conflicting, but, for the most part, maybe this dude didn't know, like, what he was getting himself into and shit. Saying all that to say, like, my aim is not out. Like, I don't wanna fucking hurt nobody, man. I don't, even when I was doing criminal shit, I was not no fucking violent person. Like, I didn't think it was cool to fucking, I just, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, man. It's hard to explain, but I'm not no bad person. Like, I know, like, I'm not no angel and shit, but I don't have devious thoughts and shit. Like, I don't fucking set out to fucking take money from people for agenda, whether it's fucking, robbing people or fucking, the police couldn't get me to fucking do any of this shit to anybody. Like, I don't, anybody, like, the police are the last people that would ever be able to fucking give it. Anybody wouldn't be able to, nobody would be able to get me to cause the terrorism, but the police would be the last fucking people that I would let talk me into something as serious as this. And it's just fucking scary, man, because we tell these people, and we're literally, it's almost like we're telling them the shit that it before it happens, and it's like, if we weren't fucking being honest, if we weren't, completely sane, then the shit wouldn't be fucking happening right before their very eyes as we're telling them. Like, they might not see it right away, but, once we fucking, get them on the track to where they can see the shit and they keep making excuses for the shit. Light, the headlights blow out all the time. Like, you don't understand, this is a psychological trigger. Like, this is way more serious, and it's not affecting me. It's not just affecting you guys. It's affecting the whole fucking planet. It's affecting the whole planet, and it's scary. It's fucking scary, man, to not know the character that they're creating in your subconscious. Like, you know, there was a time to where I used to tell myself to fucking just, you know, I felt like I had to build my own fucking split personality. Like, I had to fucking build some type of fucking split personality to be able to deal with this shit. You know, I'd rather fucking create my own fucking split personality than fucking, you know, worry about this fucking monster, as they call it, that they're creating in my subconscious and shit. Oh, man, I don't know, man. Just if anybody, if you're not a target, if you're not out here being targeted, if you're not paid fucking opposition, if you're not, you know, if your job isn't to get on here and try and make targeted individuals seem crazy, even if your job is to get on here and make us seem crazy, like, you guys need to really sit back and take a look at your handiwork. Look at the shit you're doing. Look at the murders you're creating. The senseless murders. And just know, man, especially you self-fucking righteous people, you know, I know God is real, you know, and I don't, you know, I might have my own beliefs as far as religion goes, but that I respect everybody's fucking religion, unless it's like just something that's just, you know, and I still won't even disrespect it, but, you know, certain like, you know, like Catholic and all that shit, like, when, I don't know, but I respect people's religions and shit. But all these fucking people that are high and mighty on the religion tip, and, you know, they always want to be in your fucking face telling you what you should believe, and hold on, not to, you know, take away, because, you know, that's what a good person is gonna try and, you know, pull somebody up out the dark. But for these fucking people who have the fucking audacity to fucking force feed you religion, of whatever sector of religion they come from, force feed you that shit. Oh, I shouldn't say shit, I'm sorry. But they force feed it to you, and then they sit back and they contradict every single thing that was written in that book. And they think that, well, I'm not even gonna say they think they're doing good, but they make up excuses, because I think if they're legitimately as religious as they're saying, and they participate in this, then, you know, they're making excuses to themselves for why, you know, like, they know it's wrong, but they're trying to make an excuse up for themselves and shit to make it, you know, whether they're subconsciously fucked up and they think like God isn't like God's gonna fall for that fucking bullshit. You know it's bad, but you're doing it for the right thing. That type of fucking bullshit, like where you make excuses for yourself so you don't meet the karma, or you can't hide from God. Like, there's no way you're gonna hide from God. So you can try and fucking make it as right as you want in your fucking head with all your religion shit, and you know that it's the wrong thing to do, but you do it. But you know, you try and coach yourself into making it all right with God, well, maybe if God sees that I was doing it for this reason, you know, he won't punish me. But that type of shit, you know.